Designing your family's education program. The 3 questions I ask every overwhelmed homeschool mom before we look at a single curriculum. You've watched the YouTube videos, you've read the reviews, you've posted in the Facebook groups, and you still don't know what curriculum to buy. Here's the thing, that's not because you haven't found the right answer yet, it's because you don't have the right filter. Without a filter, more information doesn't make the decision easier, it makes it harder. Every new opinion adds another voice to the noise. And instead of feeling clearer, you feel worse. I see this every single day in my curriculum shop. A mom walks in carrying the weight of her child's entire education. She has researched for months. She's drowning in options and she still can't decide. Not because she isn't capable, it's because nobody ever gave her a way to sort through it. So in this video, I'm giving you the 3 questions I ask every mom who walks into my shop who's feeling stuck. Answer these questions honestly, and the curriculum decisions get simpler, clearer, and a whole lot less scary. Point 1, why more research is making it worse. Here's what's actually happening when you can't stop researching. You're not looking for more information anymore. You're researching away your fear. You're hoping that one more review, one more video, one more opinion will finally make you feel confident enough to choose. But that's not how confidence works. Psychologist Barry Schwartz calls the paradox of choice. When we have too many options and no framework for filtering them, we don't feel more empowered, we freeze. And that's exactly what curriculum overwhelm is. It's not an information problem, it's a filter problem. The good news, once you have the filter, this gets so much easier. And these 3 questions are the filter. And if there's a part of you that wonders whether you're even qualified to make this decision, I made a video for you. You're not unqualified to homeschool, you've just been misled. Link is below. Before you buy a single curriculum, you need to answer this. The first question, and the most moms skip, is this. What season are you actually in right now? Not the season you wish you were in, not the season you were in 2 years ago, right now. Because the best curriculum in the world means nothing if it doesn't fit your actual life. When moms come into my shop, I don't start with curriculum, I start with reality. How many kids do you have? How old are they? Are there any learning differences? Do you have a newborn or a toddler at home? Do you work or run a business, manage sports or heavy extracurriculars? What does your day-to-day actually look like? All of that shapes what your homeschool needs to look like. I had one mom who brought in all-in-one curriculum that looked perfect on paper. It was highly rated, comprehensive, it covered everything, but it required so much prep that she couldn't keep up. She had little kids, she was already maxed out. What she needed was an open and go. So we changed it, found something simpler, added a couple of online classes to fill the gaps, and suddenly, homeschool felt possible again. It wasn't a bad curriculum, it was just the wrong fit for that season. Choosing curriculum that fits your season is not lowering your standards, it's being honest about what you can actually sustain. And sustainability matters more than perfection. Second question, what is your child's actual learning wiring? Not what you wish it was, but what it actually is. Because the fastest way to create peace in your homeschool is to stop fighting your child's wiring and start working with it. Your child isn't broken because they can't sit still for 2 hours. They're not lazy. They're not behind. They're just wired differently than the curriculum you might be trying to force on them. When I'm working with a mom, I'm watching for things like, can they sit still? Do they need more movement? Do they come alive around other kids? Or do they shut down in a group setting? Do they need to see, hear, or touch something? Or can they read and absorb? I had one mom whose son was really struggling. She tried several curricula and nothing was clicking. We realized he's a social learner. He needed other kids around him. The moment she added a co-op, everything changed. Not a new curriculum, a different environment. And here's the gift in that. Once you understand your child's wiring, you stop taking their resistance personally. You stop thinking something is wrong with them or with you. You start seeing what they actually need. You can adapt. You can pivot. You can also ask for help. That's not lowering the bar. That's meeting them where they are so they can actually grow. The third question is the one that prevents burnout, and most moms are answering it based on completely the wrong input. If you're choosing curriculum based on someone else's values, you will burn out. Here's the question you actually need to ask first. Third question, and this one is personal. What do you actually value as a family? Not what your church values, not what your co-op recommends, not what your mother-in-law thinks you should be doing. What do you care about? Because if you're choosing curriculum based on someone else's priorities, you will burn out. The fastest way to quit homeschooling is doing it for someone else's reasons. When I ask moms this question, I'm asking things like, what do you want your child to become? Do you want them to love learning, have a strong faith foundation, think independently, be kind and resilient? Do you care more about strong academics or deep character? Do you want faith woven into every subject, or do you prefer to keep that separate? None of those answers are wrong, but you need to know your answers before you start choosing, because the curriculum that works long-term is always the one that aligns with what you actually value. When your choices come from your own convictions, you stay committed. When they come from outside pressure, you second-guess everything. What changes when you have the filter? Here's the one shift that changed everything. Here's what I watch happen when a mom answers these 3 questions honestly. She stops comparing herself to every other homeschool mom online. She stops feeling like every curriculum could be right and every curriculum could be wrong. She stops asking, is this the best curriculum? And starts asking, is this the right curriculum for us right now? I had a mom who came in working full-time, completely overwhelmed. She thought homeschool had to look like public school at home. Every subject, every day, 8 to 3. Once we worked through her season, her son's wiring, and what she actually valued, everything shifted. She realized school could happen in the evenings, on weekends, through cooking and gardening and documentaries and conversations. She stopped trying to copy someone else's homeschool and started building one that fit her family. That's the shift I want for you. There's no perfect curriculum. There's only curriculum that works for your family right now. And as your family changes, your homeschool can change too. That's not failure, that's wisdom. If you want help walking through these 3 questions for your own family, come find us at the Homeschool Hub. We sit down with moms exactly like you, look at your season, your kids, your values, and help you find a path that actually fits. You can book a consultation on our website, or if you're local, come into the shop and look through curriculum in person. Because once you have the right filter, this gets so much easier, I promise. To the mom who is still anxious, still second-guessing, still afraid of making the wrong call, take a breath. You're not behind. You are not ruining your kids. You do not have to get this perfect. You are allowed to pivot. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to build a homeschool that fits your real life, not someone else's. The Lord will fill in the gaps. Everything can be learning. Everything can count. The more you stop trying to do what everyone else is doing, the more peace you will find in this. Now, if all this still feels hard because deep down you're not sure you're actually capable of this, that feeling has a name, and it's not the truth. You're not unqualified to homeschool, you're just misled, because everything we talked about today, it only works if you believe you're the right person to do it. And trust me, you are.